Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video. Saturday and Saturdays I do Cellar Saturday, where I drink something off the shelves behind me. And really excited for this one. It's one of the older beers I have. I'm trying to prioritize like the oldest beers, but I don't have a spreadsheet or anything, so I don't know what exactly the oldest beer I have is. But I'm like kind of eyeballing it, like, oh, that one's really old, I'll do that. So this is a 2014 Goose Island Bourbon County Barleywine. I did wear the shirt independent of this. I put this on before I decided to do this, so happy coincidence, or maybe this did subliminally, subconsciously, yeah, that's the right word, make me want to do this one. So this is one of those ones that is triple, the barrel was triple used, where it had bourbon first, then it had Bourbon County brand stout, and then they put the barley wine in it. They don't do it that way anymore, which like I get after the infection year, but well, they don't really make the barley. Dude, you don't have to make this about how they don't do barley wine like they should. September 18th, 2014. Oh, I should have done this better. I'm recording this on the 20th of September. So it'd been nice. I should have done that on exactly 11 years later. But yes, it's 11 years old. Best by 5 years. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I was looking up for the ABV and I didn't even actually look at that. My mind is elsewhere, but let me bring it to this beer review. It's got like 14%. Oh, really? It's only 2.3%. I would have thought with all that extra barrel aging, I guess a wet bourbon barrel could kick some out to the stout, but not necessarily too much of the stout wetness of the barrel anyway. I'm in my own head and I don't need to be. That's pretty dark. If I was doing this blind, I'd probably actually guess a stout. It's mostly brown into black. Not even like a lot of crimson or anything. Not much of a head. Could be the age, could be the ABV, could be a combo. But yeah, it's a little darker than I was thinking it would look. I did leave some at the bottom for like sediment and stuff, but yeah. See what you know what? There is a little bit of a cola thing if I look at that angle. Anyway, see about the aroma. Ooh, okay, that smells great. At least so far, I don't get any staleness in the aroma, so that's awesome. The caramel, dried fruits, it's got a ton of that stuff. Dried banana. Like dried dark fruits, I mean, but I also get a dried banana. Dates and figs. Little chocolate cocoa. I can get that in a barley wine, period. But again, this one, the barrel did at one point have Bourbon County stout in it, so it could be a little bit of stout coming through. I have been able to get that in the past with vintages like this. So yeah, there's definitely like a little bit of a chocolate cocoa thing. The explanation, I don't know. I don't get a ton of barrel, like, or it's so interwoven with what I'm smelling, it's hard for me to differentiate. But this smells awesome. A little bit of molasses. Okay, really looking for, I do get some oak. See about the taste. Cheers, 11 years old. This is drinking amazingly. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. I am very happy with that first sip. I do have some warming in the chest, but I don't taste a lot of the alcohol. Again, it's a little lower ABV than I was thinking. It's got all that dried fruit. Again, mostly like, it makes me think of dark fruits like raisins, dates and figs. Like it makes me think, figs I guess I will include. But it does have a little, less than the aroma, a little bit of this like dried banana thing. I actually get in the aftertaste more than I get in the sip. Yeah, big molasses interwoven with caramel. But more molasses than the caramel, like 75% molasses, 25% caramel, but they seem really interwoven in the sip. This has benefited from the aging in that, like, it's a very cohesive experience. Things are melded together beautifully. It's like, I don't want to under exaggerate it. This is maybe, I'll say 5. I keep wanting to say 3%. I'll say 5%. This is like, no. It's like 3% stale, 97% not stale at all. So it's barely there, but like you can perceive, or I can perceive it, but it's barely there. And the rewarding of the aging, again, the alcohol is there, but not impactful in a negative way on the palate at all. The flavors are so melded together, which is one of my favorite things about aging beers like this. So it is way more hit than miss, the fact that I aged this. Again, I think this is, I'm still talking after just the first sip. I think, right? I didn't take another sip yet, have I? I definitely wouldn't say this is past its peak. Beers can rebound sometimes with long aging. Maybe this at some point I did think was past its prime or peaked. But I certainly think this is drinking as good as it ever has. And again, because even though it's like 3% stale, the benefits are far outweighing that for me anyway. But yeah, let me do another sip. Tobacco, leather, it's got that stuff going on. Very slight medicinal cherry. Happens to work with the other flavors, but I could, off flavor potentially, but it does nicely work. It's not sour at all, which is huge. But it does work nicely with the other flavors, so I'm okay with that, but it might be, again, an off flavor technically, and it could be because of the aging. God, this is good. The chocolate stoutiness is creeping a little bit, not much, creeping a little bit. I like it. Again, I wish they would do that again, but I get why they don't. Slight oak. I wouldn't say I get much bourbon, which I guess makes sense because the stout would have taken a lot of that potentially from the barrels. So I don't get a lot of stout, I don't get a lot of the bourbon, but I do get some oak, which is pleasant here. Not a ton. It's not overly oaky. For people who like beers like this but don't want too much oak, for me, this does not have too much oak. A little bit of that craft root beer botanical thing. Slight cola. I'm impressed. This is my last one, and got to drink them sometime, or why have them, right? And I'm trying to drink down these shelves. But this is so good, it is a little disappointing. It's my last one, Yeah, 2014, 11 years old, almost to the day, and I am loving this. Have you guys had this one? Have you had it fresh? Have you had it aged? Have you checked in on it once a year or something? Anything about this to report? Comment section below. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews, both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.